Hey, podcaster, it's Belle here. On today's episode, we did a live video portal. Between. Hang on, there's a.
Get it right!
So we called Dublin to get a live report. Oh, okay. Hey, podcaster, it's Belle here. On today's episode, we did a live check-in with the portal between Dublin and New York. Plus, we found out what Gen Z kids are up to on social media, and the Forbidden Folder is back.
Live across Australia. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's Late Drive
On Nova.
Liam, you got that look like there's something you're dying to talk about.
All I want to talk about is the portal that's connecting New York to Dublin.
You were sending me videos over the weekend. I didn't really understand what was going on.
It's awesome. So they've opened up this portal, Ben and Belle, and it's obviously we can't have nice things in the world. So it was supposed to just be like a thing where people from the global community can wave at each other and be like, "Oh wow, we're all connected." But the people in Ireland like holding up on Snapchat like wankers written at them, and they're all giving like gestures. The worst one I saw was some lads in Dublin lifted up a Google Images photo on their phone of the 9/11 attack. And people started screaming in New York.
Is the best way to describe it for people that haven't seen these portal videos is it's kind of like an open FaceTime.
Yeah.
One's in New York, one's in Dublin. Anyone can interact with it.
Pretty much.
It's that classic, it's a portal. It's not a portal.
Oh, it's a big...
It's just a camera.
Nah,
it's a camera, a live camera. It's like they've both zoomed each other.
Yep.
It's very cool,
That's what
though.
it is.
And look, the Yanks have been getting their own back. I saw one today. They were holding up photos of potatoes on their phone. So it's, it's nice. And what I'm thinking, guys, is up next, we cross to the portal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're talking about the New York portal that goes all the way to Dublin.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a live link camera, but I'm loving watching the taunts. Like, it's two of the funniest sort of cities to pick, really, isn't it?
I saw a video on the weekend. I think it was New York side, and the guy was just mooning.
Of course,
people.
of course.
Just turned around, just pulled his pants out. But
Yeah.
what else do you expect people to do when you got a live camera each side?
Like, waving only is fun for, like, the first 20 seconds, and then it's like you just want to start flipping the bird to them.
I'm jealous that we don't have a portal here to Australia. I wish I could experience the portal.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone's feeling the same way, Ben. That's why we are going to start a radio portal to the portal. So we've got a number here of a tour company in Dublin, which is like literally, like we've looked on Google Maps and it's like right next to the portal. So I want to give them a buzz now, and maybe we can get someone from the tour company to walk across to the portal and tell us in Australia what's happening in New York. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Paddy Wagon Tours.
Well, g'day, top of the morning to you. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Yeah, well, thank you. It's Liam here calling from Australia.
Hi, Liam. How can I help you?
Oh, well, I was just wondering, is your Paddy Wagons Tours located next to the portal to New York City?
It is, yes.
Oh, right. Have you had a chance to look at it yet?
Time to time, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, like, what do people do there? They just sort of, like, just wave back at you and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's always crowded. It just started a few days ago, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
still crowded.
Yeah, amazing. We're actually from a radio station in Australia. Is there any chance you could go and look at the portal and tell us what it looks like in New York City right now from Dublin?
Just give me 1 second. I'll pass you to my colleague. Maybe I can send him out.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks so
Hold
much.
on,
Thank
1
you.
second. I just wanted somebody to see the portal and talk to him. Just be there. Tell him what's happening in New York.
Hello?
Oh, g'day.
Hello?
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just Liam here calling from Australia. We work at a radio station, and we understand you have the portal to New York City out front of your workplace in Dublin.
Yeah, we do, yeah. What do you want to know?
Have you been one of the guys like sending messages back to people in New York, like writing wankers on Snapchat and that sort of thing and holding it up
Oh,
and showing them?
completely. Oh, there's been some bad messages that have been sent there, but, like, it's usually crowded. There's not many people on the New York side, but it's always full in Dublin.
Right, well, mate, if you can see the portal now, can you tell us what's happening currently in New York City?
Yeah, of course. There's 3 people outside. There's 5 guys eating takeaway pizza.
Whoa! Seriously, in New York City right now?
Yeah, and they're staring directly at us.
Is it a pepperoni pizza?
Oh, it's I think it's ham and pineapple. I don't
Oh,
know.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Hula hula. Yeah, cool. Wow.
Cool.
This is very around the world, isn't it? Because I'm calling from Australia, speaking to
I
you in
know.
Dublin, and you're talking about a Hawaiian pizza in New York City. Wow, very global.
Yeah, completely.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good day.
Yeah, good stuff. You too.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah!
A real life portal experience through the radio in Australia.
People eating pizza in New York City. Who
I mean,
would have
yeah.
thought?
Yeah, he probably could have said that with his eyes closed, and I still would have believed him.
They are looking at putting an age limit on social media. Under these proposed new laws, you wouldn't be able to use social media until your 14th birthday.
I think that's probably for the best, to be completely honest. I mean, kids will still find a way of using socials, I suppose. Mackenzie, you're 13. Do you have social media?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow. Cool. What do you got?
I have TikTok, Snapchat, and more.
Mackenzie, do your parents know what you're looking at?
Not really, but there's
How-
nothing hiding.
How old were you when you first started using it?
I think 12 or 11.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And so, what sort of stuff do you like watching on TikTok? Libby Dunn, Grimace Shake, Ohio, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I like to watch dancing, people doing their makeup, and basketball and all that.
Oh, yeah, they're all cool things. Yeah, fair. And
What
so
about, hang on, what about Snapchat though, Mackenzie?
Oh, yeah. I just make a bunch of group chats and just talk socially.
Yeah, right.
I suppose it's the
my
same
friends.
as like MSN. When we were growing up,
True,
sort of
that's
same thing,
true,
no different
yes.
to that, Emma in Brizzy, you're 13. Be a bit of a worry if they ban social media legally for anyone under 14. What are you using?
I'm using Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook for the parents.
Oh, wow, that's so funny. So you have a facey just for keeping in touch with the aunties and uncles and mum and dad and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gotta see where they post just in case,
Tell you what, you guys always give me crap for having Snapchat, but I'm just keeping up with the kids.
Yeah, I didn't realize Snapchat was still such a hot thing. What about
I didn't
what
either.
about Instagram? I mean, Instagram's the cool one, right? Do you have that?
Yeah, I have that. It's just, I have a second account, so all my private stuff, all my best friends get to see that, and then I have my main one.
Whoa.
You got your
Oh,
main. You're that's like a Kim Kardashian type level operation. You've got your main, for all the fans, and then just your special private one
Wow.
for your mates.
I mean, if they did this ban, would that be the worst thing ever for you if you couldn't have social media?
Look, I play a lot of sport and stuff, and I just think social media honestly is not the worst thing in the world. So I think it would affect me, but I'd live,
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
good
like that,
attitude.
Yeah.
No need to just get ridiculous about it. Good on you, Felix. You're 11. What about you, mate? What are you doing on the socials?
I use Snapchat and TikTok.
Oh
Snapchat
yeah,
again.
yeah, cool. What are you watching on TikTok?
I watch soccer and people playing cricket and hitting trick shots.
Oh yeah. So you like a bit of Cristiano Ronaldo, like Suey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch what's his name?
Ronaldo.
What's that?
Ronaldo and Messi.
Yeah. But who's the guy who barks like a dog and he's like the streamer?
Oh, I show speed.
ISO Speed. Yeah. You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Skibbity Toilet? You watch that?
Well, it sometimes pops up. Yeah, I watch it sometimes.
You know Skibbity Toilet, Belle?
No, but is this just you trying to flex that you're...
No,
with
the kid.
the
No.
kids?
I know
It's
TikTok.
kind of creepy.
Yeah, the kids love Skibbity Toilet. We've got some
Yeah,
Skibbity Toilet
it's
there, Ben. You can get
weird.
some.
That is ridiculous.
Skibbity Toilet, man. That's what all the kids are watching. Is that
No,
what year are you in at school, Felix?
6.
Yeah, all the year sixes like Skibbity Toilet.
But not really.
Lame, Liam.
no. Hey, Felix, you want to go see Garfield the movie?
Sure.
Yeah, mate, you got yourself some tickets. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
We've just been talking about this supposed ban that the politicians are talking about on social media for kids under 14. And Ben and Belle, we were saying, it is weird hearing kids talking about, what they were looking at on the internet. And, we thought Skibbity Toilet was a big thing, maybe not. But
Yes, and can I say, because a lot of people might be wondering, what is Skibbity Toilet because this is the audio component.
My style is ridiculous.
But Liam, what is the visual of Skibbity Toilet?
It's a man's head in the toilet, flying around saying skibbity bob 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 toilet.
It's
Yeah.
like, what is that?
This is
That
what's
sounds so
rotting.
stupid.
It's what's rotting the
It's brain
children's
rot.
brain.
It's brain rot. Sigma look maxing only in Ohio. Phantom tax.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're looking at me like I'm rizzing up Livy Dunn here. Let a
I-
man mog.
I also don't. I can't judge these kids for finding stuff like Skibbity Toilet funny because I remember like the first memory I have of watching videos on the internet. It was this video that my older brother showed me. It was called Gonads and Strife, and it was this little. I think it was like a possum or like a squirrel.
A squirrel.
I don't think I've
Squirrel?
seen that.
It's Gonads and Strife. It was a song.
Oh my god, there was this guy and he came over and he
And it's that voice for 1:30, and then it turns into a song that goes Gonads and Strife.
That
It's like-
takes me back.
Yeah.
It's as bad as Skibbity Toilet.
And it would have probably been on Funny Junk.
yes.
Do you remember Funny Junk,
Yeah.
that website?
Mate, Funny Junk was like, you raise a good point. We were around when YouTube started. That was our early
2005,
teenhood.
I think, was
Yeah,
the first.
so I guess it's like, it's the same crap. I mean, I grew up, all I did after school was go on YouTube and watch shoes.
Let's get some shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get some shoes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Shoes. Shoes.
I've never heard this.
Isn't it funny how you
Oh my God, shoes.
you would like find a friend at school and be like, come to my house and watch this video on YouTube. And then like you would go to school and quote the video and then no one else would know. And you'd be like, oh my God, you have to see it. And then you would have to invite them to your house to like type it into the computer.
Because you have to wait till after school. You get home and go to the computer and be like, okay, now let's look up this and that. Oh my God.
Even like videos that went on YouTube are like Omegle.
Wait, what?
You never used Omegle?
Oh, I think you meant like videos on YouTube of Omegle.
No, like just inviting friends around and you
Oh, yeah.
3, 4, 5 of you
Yeah.
sit on a computer and go on Omegle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was more of a dude thing. Like I would have
Yeah,
girls around-
statistically. yeah.
You'd click for a long time waiting for a woman.
we were just like YouTube and mini clip and sometimes Funny Junk.
13, 24, 10. What's the first video you remember seeing online? I reckon the first one I saw was like this long cartoon. I haven't seen it in years, but it was like End of the World.
Meanwhile, Australia is down there like, WCF, mates.
Do you remember that?
Never seen that.
End of
Have
the
you not
World.
seen that,
No, I
Ben?
haven't
It was
seen
like,
that either.
yeah. There was also
Oh.
You Kicked My Dog.
Jackie in the Gong joins us now. What's one of the first videos you remember watching on the internet days?
It's got to be salad fingers.
Oh,
yes.
I like
Rusty spoons. I like to touch them.
If you've never seen Salad Fingers,
man.
it's this creepy animated finger. I don't know what he is. I guess he's a man and he likes
We had salad
touching
fingers.
rusty spoons. It's so creepy.
Milford Cubicle.
You know that, Jackie, one thing always sticks in my head. Do you remember he goes into that weird room and you think,
It's my brother. This is my brother, Joshua.
do you remember that?
Joshua.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
It really does show like start of the internet.
Oh, it's
that's
super
that's
weird.
the first thing that people are like,
And, like,
yeah, let's do that.
If you're like 11, you're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
yes.
Do you know what I mean?
If you want to get nostalgic this evening, 13 24 10 is our number. What was the first thing you remember seeing on the internet? There's a proposed ban on social media for 14-year-olds. Sorry, from 13 and below. You can use it when you're 14. And it got us reminiscing about the first videos we watched online as kids.
Yeah, 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz to reminisce. Matt in Sydney, what was the first video you saw online?
Taking the Hobbits to Isengard with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, man.
I don't know this one.
They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard. You don't remember this?
Nah.
You kidding me? And, oh, man. Tell me where is Gandalf, for I much desire to speak with him.
You really know the words.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Never heard
So catchy. Oh, it'll be in your head for weeks.
It feels like it's building to a big drop. Or
Yeah.
is that it?
The Hobbits, the Hobbits, the Hobbits, the Hobbits.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good one, Matt.
Hannah, what about you? The first thing you saw on the internet?
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, yes. Absolute classic.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie! That really hurt!
Those dudes would be like 40 now.
Yeah, I think they did it. They did a check-in with them.
Did they?
Yeah,
They have beards?
It was one of the first. This is obviously an extreme take, but it's one of the first like original viral videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
everything else, like everything that I've been thinking of during the last few minutes has all been those cartoon things. And
Yeah.
I think of like Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was all time.
Charlie the Unicorn.
We found a map to Candy Mountain. Candy Mountain, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. We're going to Candy Mountain. Come with us, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. It'll be an adventure. We're going on an adventure, Charlie.
Once you hear the audio, you realize it's just like a 15-year-old kid
Oh yeah.
voicing it.
Yeah.
Which was so weird.
Yeah. Definitely in hindsight, they're not that funny as an adult.
Is that the end when he's like, oh, crap, he took my freaking kidney?
Oh, is that that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is that.
And you're like, oh, he passed out and someone stole his kidney. That is hilarious. Did you catch the auroras over the weekend, Ben and Belle?
The lights in the sky?
Yes.
No.
Those auroras.
I, after the fact, saw people saying that they saw it. I didn't realise to look up.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that they were coming.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like a big news thing during the week. I think it was just sort of like, surprise, they're here.
Right.
But what a giant waste of time. I mean, I was all rugged up watching a movie 10 p.m. Saturday night, right where I wanted to be. Had a big dinner just before, came home. Ooh, lovely. And my wife Sarah saw it on social media. Everyone started like posting them, so she was like, "Oh my god!" She started freaking out. She's like, "We've got to go. We've got to go and find the auroras." And I was like,
"You have to go look for them."
Yeah, it's not because you got to get away from the light pollution.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
to go,
when
like,
you're camping and you see more stars, it's kind of like that. And not the best when you're living in one of the biggest cities in Australia, like in the middle of it.
as well.
Yeah, man. And look, I know on one hand, it's the first extreme geomagnetic storm in 20 years with striking hues of green, pink, red, and yellow across the world's skies.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, I've had a curry and a few beers and Netflix is on and I can't really be asked.
I've also heard from people that have seen the real ones that go like
the Northern
up
Lights.
to go see the Northern Lights. Not worth your time.
What?
I've heard people
Hang
say,
on,
I've
you
heard-
said what people said. So we have the Aurora australis, which is in the, I said that weird, but southern hemisphere, and then
Yep.
there's the borealis, which
Yep.
is the northern. So you people are saying the northern ones aren't even much chop.
And you know what it is as well? I think the older you are, the less beautiful it is because the older your eyes get, they can't see certain colours in
Right.
the aurora. So a lot of people, a lot of people over the age of 40 go there and go, ah.
It's like showing it to a dog,
Yeah,
and they're just seeing
yeah.
grey. They're just all seeing grey. So this was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We went for a big walk out into the scrub.
Hang on, did you
Yeah. We rugged up and we were wearing like thermals and stuff. And
Hang on.
she's like, I think it's a bit pink. It looks a bit pink, and I'm like,
You walked.
I don't know. Yeah, we walked.
I thought
yeah.
you were going to say you drove like
no,
2 hours.
No, so Belle, yeah.
No,
yeah.
you're
This
in
is
the city.
This is the fun bit. No, that was Sunday night. That was last night when we were in bed, and she was like, "Oh my god," and I was like, "No." We were literally in bed, and she was like, she started seeing the photos again, and she's like, "Should we drive to the beach? Should we go drive? Should we drive to it?" And do you know what the thing is?
What?
We realised after the fact, the human eye couldn't even see the ones on the weekend. You could only see it through your iPhone.
What?
So all those crazy photos, like you would not really see that, but if you looked at it through your phone, you'd be like, "Wow, there it is."
What?
The worst.
People
Really?
waste of time.
It had to go through a lens.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's because it's like, because, you know, we're
Oh, it's
old,
not real
like Ben
then.
was saying,
Yeah.
and your eyes.
No, it's not real.
Fat stacks, fall on the floor. Fat stacks, your body's sore. Fat stacks, give us a call. Fat stacks, oh.
I had a fat stack on Saturday night. Fat stack directly onto my head. I don't know how I'm alive.
Yeah, that is how people die. That is the fattest of all stacks.
Oh,
hitting your
yeah.
head.
I went to the club on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, out with the girls, was it?
Hell yeah. And then,
you flaming Zambucas with the girls, heels on.
you say a few.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Had a bit, and then
That's 3 for you.
Belle is the biggest lightweight. It's actually embarrassing.
Well, there was a pole there, like a pole dancing pole, and I've been doing pole for a few years now, and I would say I'm pretty confident. And you know, when you have a few Sambucas, the confidence skyrockets. And the topic came up of, oh, Belle, you do pole, go get on the pole. And I was like, hell yeah. And I got up there, climbed to the top, went upside down, absolutely slipped. The thing was... Okay. Okay.
Oh my God, is she okay? No! She rolled into the kitchen and caught on fire.
With a tin lid? The thing with bowls, I fully slip. Once your one hand slips, you just go. And I just went, and I kid you not, I've completely busted my knee. I landed on the top of my head. I think I've half sprained my thumb, my elbow. I have 3 bruises down my leg.
Yep,
It's
you
not
had a
great.
fat stack. If you have also had a fat stack, 13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz. If you get on air to share your fat stack as well, you do go on the chance to win some fat stacks. 10K a day in May could be yours. 13 24 10. Tell us your fat stack story.
Fat stacks, fall on the floor. Fat stacks, your body's sore. Fat stacks, give us a call. Fat stacks, oh.
Yeah, Belle ate shit at a nightclub. Tried to pole dance
And then
in
she
front of
fell
everyone. Yeah, it was one of those clubs in Berlin.
What?
It seems like something you do in a club in Berlin.
I got
Have
ya.
you heard about the piss goblin before? We're gonna go down
I haven't heard of the shoe goblin.
No, yeah. There's a man in a club in Berghain called the Piss Goblin, and he people wee on him. He walks around and people wee on him.
Well, that's fun,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, no, they're interesting cats.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about fat stacks right now. 13 24 10. If you had one, give us a buzz. Simone in Melbourne, tell us about your fat stack.
Oh, I was back in the day, I was working as a receptionist, and it was like a wooden floorboard, and I'd left the phone on the desk, and it was ringing, so I had to run and grab the phone. And as I did that, someone had actually left under the desk a plastic bag, and I stood on that and basically just went into the split. And I can't do the split, so it was not a good time.
Oh, jeez.
It's a real cartoon kind of thing, isn't it?
What? Yeah.
You're in the draw for 10K a day in May. Jesse in Sydney, tell us about your fat stack.
I thought it would be a great idea to follow my nan and pa on my scooter. There was a nice path next to them on the road.
Yeah.
And my scooter got stuck in one of the crevices. And I kind of face planted over the top of my scooter, got all scraped up and everything. And I think the funniest part was I had the biggest grin on my face, and Nan and Pa were so scared that Mum would be so cranky.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a fat stack, Jesse.
Just riding the scooter, Nick Minute. That's a fat stack. Thanks for your call. Tian in Sydney, your partner had a fat stack.
Yes, he did. He tried to do a backflip, and instead of landing on his feet, landed on his knees and broke them.
Oh!
Like on the ground or on the trampoline?
On a dance floor.
Ah.
So he tried to do a backflip, but obviously didn't stick the landing, landed on the knees instead. Both the knees were broken. How did he recover from that?
So he was in knee braces for about 10 weeks.
Very cool.
Double knee brace. It would have looked like he was constantly going skateboarding. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, cowabunga, dude, where you going? Aisha in Adelaide, you know a murderer?
Yeah, so I used to go to Year 12 school in the city. So my bus route would have been back to Burnside. So we would obviously go past PAC College.
Yeah, right.
So obviously a whole lot of boys used to get on the bus. And there was one particular guy that was very shy, and I just happened to, talk to him and, because he was probably one stop after me.
I know this story.
And turns out he murdered his mother.
I remember
and then
that.
fled back to China. So he would
yeah.
have been probably, 16.
Yeah.
And he was really nice, like a really kind boy, didn't think anything of it, but very studious. And and then I found out about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I used to talk to that guy.
Yeah, that's scary.
When are we talking?
Like
when
2008 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 2007, 2008 because I graduated in 2009.
Yeah. I remember it well, being from Adelaide, like seeing in the papers and that sort of thing. We've got another anonymous call here. You have a connection to a murderer.
I do. My ex-boyfriend, not the last ex, the one before that, he is currently in jail for murder.
Oh, God.
gosh.
No.
You dated a murderer.
Yeah.
Oh.
So our relationship wasn't great, and I probably should have foreseen that he'd be like this. But, yeah, I heard through the grapevine that he had gone to jail for murder. And then I watched the news one day and there he was.
Oh, man. So you weren't together by the time that he committed the crime sort of thing? Yeah, right.
No.
Can I ask, Anon, you said you probably should have foreseen this. Was it because they were just a very angry person? Like, what were the signs that you were seeing?
Oh, I don't know if I can say it on the radio.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
all right.
abusive. He was abusive.
Yeah.
He was not, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
But-
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, at least you're out of the situation, Anon, because...
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just so happy that you're out. You made it out the other end and you're okay.
Absolutely.
Julia, what about you? Your connection to a murderer?
Hey, so a family friend of ours I was talking to because I was doing a project in high school a couple of years ago about the Louise Belle case, and which was an 80s case in South Australia. And I was having a chat to this family friend, and she goes, "Oh yeah, actually, I was babysat by the guy that got convicted of murdering her."
Oh,
no way.
My.
So what, the babysitter did it?
Well, I don't know that he babysat Louise Belle at all, but he did babysit this lady and her little sister.
No way.
And I guess they were not his type, or luckily. But yeah, he was convicted, I think, in like 2012 or 2013 of murdering Louise Belle, but was already in jail for murdering another little boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's from 1983. I'm looking at a photo at the moment of the crime scene. Oh, gosh, that's so scary.
I know, yeah. Which was a really great first-hand account to put into my high school report.
Yeah, I can imagine. You would have got some good marks, but yeah, besides the point, of course.
But this is the point. They always say murderers can just be anybody on the street. It could be your neighbour. You never know. They do live a normal life until then.
Well, Craig in Adelaide's just called. You also have a connection to that case. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. So Dita Fanning was the one convicted of Louise Belle and a young lad by the name of Michael Black. And he was Dita Fanning was a school teacher at my high school.
So hang on, a convicted murderer was a school teacher at your school?
Yeah, correct.
Whoa.
So the same, I didn't hear what that last caller said.
Yeah.
Who did say that was convicted of Louise Belle?
Dita, I think she said.
Yeah, Dita Fanning. So that was a male.
Oh, fun.
So, yeah, he was at our high school, he was a science teacher and maths teacher. Whoa. And so I think, Louise Belle was murdered in 82. And, I started at the high school and he was my teacher in 83.
Whoa.
And, so I left, a few years later. I was actually in the army when I got the call to say that he was convicted of Michael Black's murder.
Yeah.
Full on.
Jeez, so
heavy stuff, isn't it?
And, were you sus on your teacher, or was you just your science teacher, right? You're just at school. You wouldn't know he's a murderer.
Absolutely. There was lots of reflection after we found out. Like, there's obviously through Facebook, there's lots of forums and that we speak about. And, it was interesting to find that, you start looking back at behaviours and what happened that you didn't question at the time. But, there was some when you look at his name on the internet, you can see him at one of the school camps. He had a child tied up with a big rope and he was dragging him around, and it was all funny at the time. But in reflection, you just wonder.
All in hindsight,
makes your skin crawl, doesn't it?
We are getting so many phone calls for connection to a murderer.
Yeah.
We're still getting phone calls now. We have to wrap things up, though, because Smallsy is opening up the surgery next. Going to be a bit more light, a bit more bright.
I'd hope so.
I think mushroom risotto.
I reckon fish fingers.
Bangers and mash.
Winner, pick their dinner.
G'day, Sam in Sydney. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, well, thanks for calling up for Winner Pick Their Dinner. We're about to call a random Australian to see what they're eating tonight for tea. What do you think they're having?
I'm going to say spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, Spag bowl. It's a classic. No, I like that. That's really
what
good.
I'm thinking.
Well, of course, if they answer and they do say they're having spaghetti bolognese, we'll pay for your dinner. So that's a fun incentive.
Although no one's ever won the game before, this is the second time we've played.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. The number's punched in. Let's call it now.
Hello?
Oh, hi. How you doing there? It's Liam from the radio. We're playing Winner Pick Their Dinner. What are you having for tea tonight?
Leftovers from Mother's Day.
Ooh. What kind of
Yeah.
leftovers?
So my missus is Italian, so cotoletta, which is chicken schnitzel.
Whoa.
And some steak.
Okay. Unfortunately, we were looking for a spaghetti bolognese pasta dish there, and Samantha from Sydney would have won dinner, so thanks so much anyway. But we'll have to say goodbye to you both, Andrew and Samantha.
All right, no worries.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. It's a hard game to win.
It is a very hard
Well, I
game.
thought we were a shoe-in to Shaw, but he said, my wife's Italian. Here we go. Here we go. So we had steak. Oh, okay.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.